is after the meeting. Everybody sits around, shows off their fossils, and they talk a little bit. And tonight we have a new, recently a new member that has joined. And what's your name?
Mellisa Frankford.
And she's a commercial artist, and she's done some wonderful illustrations of dinosaurs and some other Paleozoic creatures. And I wanted to show everybody some of her work because I'm very impressed myself.
I hope the glare, I can take it out if you want, unless the glare kind of affects it. Okay.
I've got it pretty good right here.
Okay. Some of these were ones that are illustrations that were done for Scholastic. I'd probably say it wrong, Scholastic, and Safari Limited. And Safari Limited, a lot of people are probably familiar with here. They do a lot of the, those plastic dinosaurs. You probably have seen those, Carnegie collection, things like that. This is the new Ceratopsian, the one they call the wall-weave Ceratopsian. And for some reason, they don't have the name yet for this fellow.
Let me. So this is. What I looked up close, and this is predominantly a pencil rendering that. And then what? You've done what on the computer with
basically, I render these in pencil, and that includes, I don't know if you'll probably see in some of the other ones, there's some, I basically do all the little circles, all this for the scales and all that detail. Then I take it into Photoshop, scan it in, clean it up, bring it into Photoshop, and then I do all the coloring in Photoshop, digitally. This particular piece, though, is completely digital. I just had a rough sketch to go by, and then I completely rendered it in Photoshop. This is actually showing a series of posters I did for Scholastic. It was for the 3D Dinosaur Discovery. The books, I don't know what they call that. It's, kids get that in school where they'll get that piece of paper, they can order different books and stuff. Mm-hmm. This was the posters. Each poster was 11 by 17, and it forms a 15-foot poster, basically from the beginning of the time of the dinosaurs until they became extinct.
Okay, and this is the start. This is the second part.
Yeah, this is the Triassic. This is the Jurassic. Yes, it basically, as you can see, like some of the dinosaurs, you'll notice, like some of the big guys you'll see here, like the Plodicus. Basically, he covers 3 posters. And, Jurassic moving, and basically this is where the Jurassic ends, moving now into the Cretaceous. Thank you. I wish I could think of the name of that large sauropod I have here. I can't remember his name. When the posters were finished, they actually had the names on there and stuff for each of the animals. And then the back of the poster, by the way. I want to do more illustrations with Therizinosaurs. They're just funky.
They look like they're medieval dragons.
Yeah, well, it's like it's a meat eater that decided to become a plant eater.
Right, yeah.
But it was sort of like, it just looks like an experiment gone wrong or something,
Right.
Matt Serrano, I'm probably saying his name, Serrano or Sereno, I'm not sure. He was Sereno. He was the advisor for when working on the posters and stuff.
Well, he went to a good one.
Yeah. The only thing is, I ended up spending one night having to fix the nostril placement of the sauropods. Yeah. This is.
I get it right.
Yeah. This is the. Going to be for lenticular magnets. Basically, when you would look at, like, say, one magnet, you would see the skeleton, and then the next, you would actually see the animal in a landscape for safari. My particular favorite is the T-Rex. Kind of liked how that came out.
It's just a big chip.
And I like the Stegosaurus.
Which is true, I mean.
I know, but it's like, I'm sure I'm expecting to read some, well, I won't get into it.
It does raise the issue of why they got through the extinction.
Why some of the smaller dinosaurs didn't, but yet the birds did themselves. I know, like the little, some of the little compies and things. Oh, these 2 pieces ended up in the Denver Museum of Nature and Science. They actually had a juried art show, and these 2 pieces were entered. This is still one of my favorites. I like his coloring, and actually, Safari ended up taking their Allosaurus, their new Allosaurus toy, their whatever, figure Carnegie, and used this guy's color. So if you see an Allosaurus that's green with the orange head, that's where he got it from, is this Herrerasaurus.
Those are nice.
Oh, thank you. This is still sort of one of my favorite illustrations here. It's sort of that, you know, going by the big fish eating the little fish eating the, you know.
Right, exactly.
Like this guy, like, you know, Eoraptor has caught a lizard and, you know, it might become a snack for, you know, Herrerasaurus.
I'm sure he'd snack with it.
Yeah. No, I'm sure. And then this is a Carcharodontosaurus. If you notice, I don't always put landscapes in these. I like the animals themselves, or a lot of times I like just doing headshots.
It's like doing a
Let me move this, that would help here.
background.
Now, some of these appear just slightly bit out of blur. I'm actually putting together a website finally. It's been a while. I'm actually going to put together a website so that when I have new pieces, I'll.
Oh, okay.
Also, there's a magazine which I guess I give little props to is Prehistoric Times. If you're definitely into, you know, seeing up and coming paleo artists and
Okay.
and just good information around toys, everything, Prehistoric Times, and the publisher is Mike Fredericks, yeah.
So this is thought to be the female version.
Yeah, actually a lot of people don't know that there's actually, when they find the skulls of Parasaurolophus, that there's the female, I mean the supposed female version, because they actually find a Parasaurolophus skull that has obviously, you know, usually see with the long,
Right.
and then they see one where it's actually shorter and sort of curved down.
Right.
And so I'm showing it sort of in that male and female. I like the Ceratopsians. Pachyrhinosaurus is still one of my favorites. This shows sort of like ones that haven't been colored yet. Majonistholus and Styracosaurus. Love this guy, this little pompadour, you know, crest and stuff. And that's that new one. Dracorex hogwartsia, the children's. That's what they named it, and it's actually the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. Actually, were the ones that prepared the fossil and everything else, and they showed it. Yeah.
What's this one's name?
Oh, Cryolophosaurus.
Oh, I remember.
Those are one of the few that they found in Antarctica. It's kind of aggravating because it's like, I wish they could find, you know, there's probably so many neat, new, I mean, to find things like this and to find neat ones like that, but, you know, you got miles of ice over top of so many of them.
Yeah, what's underneath there, you're never going to know.
This one is based on that Glyptodon at the Geologic Museum in Columbus.
Okay, great. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and I had to do some more research to show this, but I thought what was really interesting about this guy's skeleton is that, you know, like the vertebrae are literally fused into this massive girdle to support that, you know, armadillo shell, and it's just, And then, you know, my favorite fish, modern or extinct, just love Dunkleosteus. You know, in Columbus they had some really good examples of it, and eventually I want to do the sculpture I was saying with you know, and this kind of sort of the paint scheme I might go with him. And sort of
Actually, they've got a model of that life size down here.
Oh, do they? Oh, they have one there too?
That they had anyway.
Yeah, I want to get a Safari. Just put out one of the toys of Dunkleosteus also.
Display, or whether that's in the Geyerson. But I know they've got it.
You'll have to ignore the slightly poor quality of this page. It was quickly put together, but basically, you know, plus just doing Placerius, Lystrosaurus, and Scutellosaurus. But nothing pretty much on the next page. Just the map and you know, credentials.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Wonderful prehistoric art. That's
thank you.
And it's make a good addition.